For the People by the People project, my mental health project was born out of attending to the pressing need of improving the mental resilience of our youth and making mental health care and support available for all. We offer 10 services with significant impact and outcome capabilities. One of the services we offer are for the People by the People project. In collaboration with the local council, we coordinate between the local Indigenous people and the local council and vocational training institutions. This collaboration will provide respite healthcare to people having mental health difficulty, a shelter and a temporary home for the needy, cultural center to celebrate traditionally significant events, and also training center to provide training for Indigenous people to care for their own. With funding, assistance with suitable council property or public amenities to set up such a care and training center for the council, along with skills training, this will not only guarantee skilled jobs to Indigenous youth, it will help support and care for the disabled. Our aim would be implemented this project in association with most councils throughout the state and eventually the country. Mental health respite means short-term residential programs in which people who are discharged from inpatient psychiatric hospitalizations receive transition services in anticipation of placement in a long-term residential treatment or community-based setting. The accommodation can also be accessed by people before going into an inpatient facility and also when the caregiver needs a break from their difficult caregiver roles. Our respite accommodation and care project is based on the For the People, by the People theme. It is a well-researched fact that disconnection from one's cultural heritage might cause one to wonder who they are and where they belong. This may leave them feeling lost and alone. This endeavor will help close the gap by 1. Community engagement and cultural recognition. The Respite Unit will provide 24/7 care exclusively to the Indigenous community for a short period of time as described earlier. This will be funded by federal schemes like NDIS, Centrelink, Medicare etc. and will not need additional funding. We will get more mileage what is already funded. The council will also be reimbursed for the infrastructure or interests paid for the capital invested. Culturally aware individuals from their own community will serve their own community for a greater good. Elders will be consulted at every stage to draw up institutional policies to provide culturally appropriate and dignified care to their people. 2. Honoring the traditional owners. The venue will not only be used for healthcare provision, celebrations of events and festivals will be encouraged. The venue could be borrowed for celebrations, ceremonies, support groups, sharing stories, imparting ancient Indigenous wisdom or training. It would be considered as a general safe place for the members of the community to participate. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have often told us that culture is vital to their lives and has been highlighted as an important component in promoting and sustaining health and well-being. Our other projects would help uphold Indigenous rights, voices and needs through our platform, raise welfare funds, assist with setting up independent Indigenous businesses and own properties. 3. Education and vocational skills development, and employment guarantee. This is one of the main elements of the proposed project. MMHP will be building cultural-specific vocational courses which will be an amalgamation of Indigenous philosophies and concepts and Western traditional mental health practice. The aim will be to standardize these courses and be offered to Indigenous people to develop skills that are licensed and also practiced as they would traditionally. Participating people will not only get certification, they will also be guaranteed employment. Elders will be given a platform to pass on their valuable traditional knowledge to the next generation. They will be encouraged to take classroom sessions. Indigenous service users who are impacted by mental health issues will be assessed for their capacity and appropriate vocational training will be provided to at least develop them as peer support workers. 4. Indigenous business development. Once the pilot project is fully functional, there will be options to set up multiple franchises of such units. But this time owned and run by individuals from the Indigenous community for the Indigenous community. 5. Mental health well-being. Culture can have a positive effect on people's sense of belonging and identity, and consequently on their mental health and well-being. MMHP will provide a platform to uphold Indigenous rights and uplift the community by demanding trialled and tested yet uniquely Indigenous methods to be adopted and implemented by the country. Greater levels of education are associated with increased health and well-being, health literacy, income, employment, and better working circumstances, as well as a variety of other societal advantages. 7. Community safety. There is ample research available to show that when healthcare is provided in a culturally sensitive way, there is reduction of violence and vulnerability and increase in healing and sustained well-being. Education is also well known to reduce disparity in the community and improve the capability of the community. 8. Financial resources. In 2021-22, the federal government was projected to spend $6.3 billion on mental health. In 4 years, the total financing for this will reach $166.6 billion, an increase of $8.8 billion. Our strategy may extract and utilize existing financing resources for optimum impact.